wrestling fans, and welcome to another edition of Outside the Ring. I'm Midnight Guthrie with my broadcast colleague Chad Milan, and it was an absolutely spectacular, historic night of action at the King of Des Moines. We saw the crowning of the first ever King of Des Moines. The 2009 King of Des Moines tournament winner is the rock star Jimmy Rockwell. But not only that, we saw 3 titles change hands. That's right, 3 titles, unprecedented in 3X Wrestling. We saw the Pure Wrestling title switch from Tyler Cook to the undefeated for a year now, Craig Kieseman. The High Flyers with a massive upset beating the Gentlemen's Club for the 3XW tag team titles.
And that's not all, Midnight Guthrie. Let me go ahead and interrupt and break the news to the entire world right here live on Outside the Ring. The new heavyweight champion, Jeremy Wyatt.
Jeremy Wyatt, who I should give credit to, beat Delicious Devin Carter fair and square in the middle of the ring to become the 3XW heavyweight champion.
In his first defense. That's how good he is.
Now, Jeremy Wyatt already has a mountain of a task ahead of him as part of Clobberpalooza Classic 2 on September 19th at the Des Moines Social Club. He will be defending the title for the first time against WWE veteran and ECW veteran Al Snow is coming to the 3X Wrestling.
That's a huge announcement for 3XW to have somebody of the class of Al Snow come in and, of course, get his ass handed to him by Jeremy Wyatt.
Well, I don't know about that. That remains to be seen. I mean, he's a remarkable veteran of the sport. He's held multiple titles all over the world and the WWE, and it's a huge acquisition for 3X Wrestling for a Clobberpalooza Classic 2 card. Though, Jeremy Wyatt, always the opinionated one, had some words to share about his match with Al Snow. You've caused months of turmoil here in 3X Wrestling, and you've finally achieved your goal. You beat Delicious Devin Carter, I should say to your credit, fair and square, in the middle of the ring, and now, for the first time, you are the 3XW heavyweight champion.
You see, you don't want to give me my credit. I've been saying for months and months and months, I am the best wrestler in the Midwest. That includes 3XW. This right here proves those claims.
Well, we also know it's been announced that your first defense of the title in September will be against WWE veteran, ECW veteran, Al Snow is coming to try to take your title.
Al Snow's coming for this belt?
Yes.
WWE star, Al Snow? Yeah. Well, you see, I'm Jeremy Wyatt, superstar. I've beaten star after star after star. I can go down a list of all the people I've beaten. I've beaten Christopher Daniels 1, 2, 3 in the middle of the ring. I've beaten Jerry Lynn 1, 2, 3 in the ring. I've beaten Davey Richards, Sanjay Dutt. The list goes on and on and on and on. You think Al Snow? You think I care about Al Snow?
Yeah, because as a wrestling historian, I actually know you've wrestled Al Snow once in your career and lost to the man.
I did what?
You lost to Al Snow.
Were you there?
No, I wasn't there.
You weren't there.
I wasn't personally there.
You weren't there. So you're speaking of something you've heard about.
No, I've seen the
you probably heard from one of those tards that Al Snow beat me. Is that what you heard?
Okay.
Al Snow cheated when he had his hand raised. He didn't beat me. He used his stupid little head and he hit me in mine. Maybe that's why I was having damage to my head last month. I mean, it didn't help that I hit my head, but I was suffering from previous injury. Al Snow. See, Al Snow is the reason that my head is all screwed up. Al Snow. You can bring your head. What does everyone want? They don't want your head. They want my fist in your face, punk. Take that, chump.
Well, Al Snow should be a tremendous, tremendous challenge for our new heavyweight champion. Well, definitely some tough words from Wyatt there. And before we get into talking about our massive 3XW Tag Team title defense at the Clobberpalooza Classic 2, I should quickly correct myself. The date of the show is September 18th, which is a Friday.
Oh, and who had to tell you that information?
Well, you corrected me, but I mean, we all make mistakes sometimes, and I simply said the wrong date. Anyway, Al Snow is not the only major national star that has been contracted to compete on this event, as we have the 3XW debut of TNA wrestling star Sheikh Abdul Bashir, who will be teaming up with his brother Arya Davari to take on our new 3X Wrestling Tag Team Champions, the High Flyers, Mike Seidel and the Unbreakable Zach Thompson.
Well, Sheik Abdul-Bashir and Ari Daivari are two of the best talents right now, known worldwide in fact. Coming right here, TNA star Sheik Abdul-Bashir teaming up with his brother, like you said, to come in to take on the newly crowned 3XW Tag Team Champions, the High Flyers. That should be one heck of an exciting match.
It should be a remarkable matchup, and it's a huge challenge for the High Flyers in their first tag team title defense, and it will be a good test for them to prove that they're not just underdogs, and it wasn't just a total upset victory for them to win the titles.
Well, you know, upset victory. Some people, you know, don't think it was exactly an upset victory. A lot of us, including myself, think it was a sham that they won that championship, thanks to Steve Bealey, I might add. But, you know, obviously they're trying to make a name for themselves right now here in 3XW, and this is certainly going to be one heck of a test for that young tag team.
Well, as seen on the King of Des Moines Tournament DVD, we caught up with the High Flyers after their huge tag team title win. Midnight Guthrie here with the High Flyers, and in the biggest win of each of your respective careers, here in the first round of the King of Des Moines Tournament, you have beaten the Gentlemen's Club for the 3XW Tag Team Championships. This has got to be an amazing feeling, Mike.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You know, the Gentlemen's Club, very formidable opponents. They're veterans of the sport, but it looks like we got the best of them tonight. Because while the 3X Wrestling fans have seen us in singles and tag competition, Zach Thompson and I have been honing our tag team skills across the country. Philadelphia, St. Louis, Chicago, Oklahoma City, and points beyond. And we've become a cohesive tag team unit. And now we've earned the top prize, the 3X Wrestling Tag Team titles. The future of the tag team division in 3X Wrestling is flying high.
And with nothing to lose tonight, you guys went out there, and it was clearly one of the biggest upsets in the history of 3X Wrestling. You guys are phenomenal competitors, but I mean, Gage Octane's a former heavyweight champion, Mark Sterling's a former pure wrestling champion, and Zach, personally for you, I mean, 3 years of hard work and dedication. I mean, you've been beaten up a lot over the past 3 years, and this has got to be total vindication for you to finally win a title. Not only that, you guys get to advance to the second round of the King of Des Moines Tournament.
Yeah, total vindication, not completely, but it does make it a little bit better. And Mike, the future is flying high, and the future is now. The High Flyers are going to take the tag team division further than anyone has ever been able to think it could even possibly go in 3XW. Well, Mike, what more is there to say? Who's next?
Who's next indeed? Let's head back to the ring. Jimmy Rockwell, it's undoubtedly the biggest night of your wrestling career. Not only are you certified to enter a 14th month as 3XW Cruiserweight Champion, 1 month away from tying the record of 15 months, but you are the first ever King of Des Moines. It's got to feel amazing.
It does, Midnight Guthrie. By far the biggest win of my career. Casanova, love him or hate him, by far the best cruiserweight champ we've ever had. He found ways to get it done when no one else could. That 15-month title reign, wow, man, that's impressive. But, you know, I'm glad it was him I got to wrestle. It puts a new notch in my belt. There's no doubt about it now. I'm going to break that record of his. I am the new King of Des Moines. Just bring on all challengers. Anybody who wants a piece of this, have him step up to the plate.
Well, a supremely confident fighting champion in Jimmy Rockwell, and we look forward to seeing what he holds for us in the near future. As you just saw, we caught up with the rock star Jimmy Rockwell right after he had won the 2009 King of Des Moines Tournament, as well as defended his cruiserweight title in the finals successfully over Casanova. Now, what he did not know at that time, and what we do now know, is his next title defense, which if he wins, he would tie Casanova's 15th month's record cruiserweight title reign, is going to be against Casanova once again, in what is probably the most important cruiserweight title match in the history of the Cruiserweight Championship.
Well, obviously Casanova has a very strong record as a 3XW Cruiserweight Champion. Jimmy Rockwell trying to emulate the success of Casanova, not doing it quite as successfully, because I believe that Casanova will be going home with a 3XW Cruiserweight Championship.
And Casanova's gone on record and says he absolutely does not want Jimmy Rockwell not only to beat his record, but not even to tie it. And Rockwell, to get the win over Casanova on September 18th, that would be just absolutely monumental, and he'd only have 1 month to go before beating that record reign.
Well, obviously this match means a lot to both of these guys. I know that you caught up with Jimmy Rockwell, and I know off camera he was a little bit unsure about this match coming up.
Well, speaking of title changes, we also saw the crowning of a new 3XW Pure Wrestling champion in Craig Kieseman. We caught up with him after his title win, and we should point out he actually is not scheduled to compete on the Clobberpalooza Classic 2. He is on a promotional tour for 3X Wrestling in his native continent land of Europe, you could say. And I believe he's also throwing in some hunting and trips up the mountains. And
well, various trips, berry eating, canoe whittling. I've talked to him. This isn't a lie. I've talked to him, and he's going to Europa, which is over next to Africa, in the land of ice and snow. Led Zeppelinville, and he's going to be showing them how to knit sweaters. And
well, his atlas might be a little off there, but I'm sure it will be a great promotional tour on behalf of 3X Wrestling, and we look forward to seeing him again in the future.
Victorious I am! I have the meat. You come further. Bring me the head of a pig and some more meat, which you popcorn. Immediately, I told all you fans, all you people, that I was coming for gold, and I'm not done yet! Come next time, this is just the start of Craig Kieseman. The army of Asgard is on the way! Bring me some more mead!
Midnight Guthrie here backstage. I'm going to try to catch up with the Gentlemen's Club, who just had a hideous attack on senior official Steve Bealey, but they lost their tag team titles to the High Flyers. Let's see if I can catch up to them back here as they make their way back. Todd,
Everything's fine, man. Everything's good.
what in the world are you doing? I mean, what you did to Steve Bealey out there, that was atrocious.
What we did to Steve Bealey was great. It was a way to mend a little fence that I saw getting broken. Steve Bealey, who cares? He's a referee. We'll do it again next month if we want to.
I mean, Steve didn't cost you the match. The High Flyers beat you guys fair and square.
Who counted the three?
Steve.
Who? Exactly.
We've been champs for 11 months. We don't lose.
Yeah.
Steve's fault.
Yeah, Steve's fault. Look, and didn't that, hey, dude, look, I'm sorry. We lost the match. Not our fault, right? Not our fault. Steve's fault. Didn't it feel great? You know, didn't it feel great just pounding him? Just putting the boots to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those fish hooks were pretty funny.
Yeah. Oh, man.
I mean,
I love it. That was vintage.
Toward the end of the match, though, you guys had a little bit of miscommunication. It looked like you guys were even going to come to blows after the match. I mean, what's with the dissension there?
Look, hold this up here where I can properly speak into it, Mike. Stand.
Amateur.
Look, man, look. We've been through too much together, man.
That's right.
Right? I blew up, dude. That was my fault, okay? I should have never blamed you. I should have never shoved you. I should have never slapped you, okay? That was, and I'm so happy and so proud of you that you didn't strike back.
Use that chair, man.
What's that?
Brought the chair in. We can beat those guys clean. We beat them twice. We beat them twice. Why'd you bring a chair in?
Yeah, you know, I wouldn't have to bring the chair in if you wouldn't have almost lost the match. That was a really close
What's
2.5.
mean?
Well, I'm just saying, man. No. All I'm saying is that, you know, we don't have to cheat. No, if you can avoid getting your shoulders pinned to the mat every match.
It looks to me that you guys are still having some problems here. I mean,
Guthrie, listen. Everything's fine. Gentlemen's Club, we're going to get back on track next month. You know, I'm going to set up a little match. I'm going to call it with the JV squad. You see, this is the varsity team right here. We're going to face the JVs. Get a win back under our belts. Get back on the winning ways. Right on back. You know, maybe October we'll get that tag team title rematch with Mike Seidel and Ginger Boy.
Yeah.
Well,
I like the sounds of this, Sterling, huh? Fight the JV. It's kind of a nice night off.
That's right.
Nice night off next month. We face the JV squad. Bring them on, whoever it is. We don't care, do we? I don't really care.
Keep them clean.
It's a night off.
We don't need to cheat.
You know what?
Keep
You're
them
right.
clean.
You're right, Sterling.
Yep.
I'm going to change my ways. No chairs, no knuckles, no tights. Not that I would ever do that anyways.
Hey. That's what we got Todd.
That's why we got Todd?
Distract the ref.
I'll distract the ref.
Bring that stuff in.
Yeah, huh?
so you're openly admitting that you're going to cheat to win the match.
Okay. All right.
Who said anything about cheating? I said distracting referee. Is there anything in the rule book?
It's totally
that you cannot
underhanded.
Distract the referee?
That's nothing. Read it.
Yeah.
Can you read?
31B.
I can read very well, thank you.
Distract the referee.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. What subdivision of the guide says this?
So the Gentlemen's Club, Commissioner Todd Countryman is going to find a JV squad to take on the Gentlemen's Club, and we'll see if you guys are on the same page. Well, as we saw there, I think there's possibly some dissension in the Gentlemen's Club. It remains to be seen what happens in the future, but Todd Countryman claims he set up a JV team to take on the Gentlemen's Club on September 18th at Clobberpalooza Classic 2.
That's absolutely correct. Todd Countryman told me I'm supposed to keep it a secret. I know who the tag team is, and believe me, the Gentlemen's Club are going to have a very easy night.
Now, the problem with that information you have is it's not true right now, Chad, because breaking news, Skylar Pierce, once he caught wind of Todd Countryman's plan, our 3XW president, Skylar Pierce, not wanting to cheat the fans out of a great matchup or their money against subpar competition for the Gentlemen's Club, has went to the board of directors and after a majority vote has actually earned the right to designate their opponents on September 18th.
Okay. Skylar Pierce and his big fat ideas in his big fat head come creeping up once again because he doesn't want to cheat the fans out of money. I mean, you get to see the Gentlemen's Club. I mean, isn't that worth your money alone?
Well, sure, but if it's a 2 or 3 minute match, I mean, where's the fun in that?
What the fun is watching the Gentlemen's Club beat other people up. Do you know who their opponents are?
I actually do know who their opponents are going to be.
I mean, it's who I think, right? It's.
Well, no, the Gentlemen's Club, and hopefully you were thinking this, the Gentlemen's Club are set to face the Horn Dogs, Mad Dog McDowell, and his partner Crotch on September 18th at the Clobberpalooza Classic 2. And as we saw in June, the Horn Dogs came very close to defeating them for the Tag Team Championships. You seemed a little stunned, Chad.
That's not right. That's cheating. That's cheating the fans out of the money of their pockets in wallets.
At any rate, it should be a phenomenal tag team matchup, and we'll see if this dissension I'm sensing between the Gentlemen's Club could be their downfall that night.
I'm upset. I'm angry.
Midnight Guthrie here for 3X Wrestling on DVD, available at 3XWrestling.com. Anywhere from $10 to $12 for some of the best action in the Midwest on DVD. You think you've seen independent wrestling on DVD? You've never seen anything like 3X Wrestling on DVD. Spectacular production values, incredible commentary, spectacular all-around talent. This is some of the best wrestling you'll see on DVD in the United States. And coming soon, we have the 4-year anniversary event for sale, the Gauntlet for the Gold for sale, and our Carlisle event, Mayday Mayhem, will be available soon on 3xwrestling.com. Now is the time to purchase some of the best wrestling in the world today. 3xwrestling.com. Go to the store and buy some of the best wrestling you'll ever see on DVD. In addition to those 4 spectacular matches we already have set for the Clobberpalooza Classic 2 on September 18th, we also know that Delicious Devin Carter, 1 month after losing the 3XW heavyweight title, tries to fight his way back up the heavyweight rankings. He's taking on Torturous Tony Sly, which should be a phenomenal brawling matchup. And we also have another tag team match. That's 3 tag team matches in one night, as Sexy and Smooth, one of the more dominant tag teams in 3XW in recent history, takes on the new team of, get this, the Right Price Aaron Masterson is teaming with tag team specialist, the Asian sensation Ricky Kwong.
Wow, that's quite the tag team combination.
A lot of fun between those guys, and who knows what the entrance will be like. We know Masterson likes to enter from the crowd, and Kwong, he's a wild and wacky guy on his own sometimes, if you've ever hung out with him. So
I can't say I have. But can't say I wanted to.
Just to review, along with those 2 matches, we have the 3XW Cruiserweight title on the line as Jimmy Rockwell tries to tie Casanova's record 15th month Cruiserweight title reign by taking on Casanova himself. We have the 3XW Tag Team titles on the line as the High Flyers defend for the first time against TNA wrestling star Sheikh Abdul-Bashir and his brother Arya Davari. We have the Gentlemen's Club taking on the Horn Dogs, Mad Dog McDowell and Crotch. And in our main event, we have the 3XW heavyweight champion Jeremy Wyatt defending against wrestling superstar Al Snow. All that and more on September 18th at the Clobberpalooza Classic 2 at the Des Moines Social Club, 1408 Locust Street. Doors open at 7 p.m. for a 7:30 bell time. Get your tickets now, folks, before they sell out, because this is sure to be a packed crowd. You can pick up your tickets at JCD and Hobby. We'd like to thank our sponsors of this event, JCD and Hobby and Video Warehouse. And be sure to visit 3XWrestling.com for further information in the coming weeks. Look for our ad in Juice, our article in City View, as well as our commercial airing during SmackDown on the Des Moines My Network TV affiliate. For Midnight Guthrie, I'm Midnight Guthrie. For Chad Milan, thank you for joining us on Outside the Ring. Be sure to visit 3XWrestling.com for my Midnight Madness article, future Mind of Milan episodes, 3XW Match of the Month, all sorts of content. And we'll see you on September 18th at the Clobberpalooza Classic 2.